Upon gaining independence in 1960, Nigeria had a GDP of $4.2 billion with a per capita income of $93. This was higher than most African countries at the time, except for a few relatively developed countries like South Africa and Egypt. At that time, Nigeria's economy was heavily dependent on agriculture, and the government was committed to the expansion of the sector.
One of the reasons we deviated was easy money from oil. After the country became unitary, all the power got concentrated at the center, including economic center. Part of the implication of that was that a state or a region, you don't even have to do anything. All the money, after all, wherever they are made, will be brought to the center, and the center will share it out to everybody. So that was what we did with oil money. That is what we're still doing with oil money up till now.
Agriculture accounted for over 75% of foreign exchange earnings, 68% of GDP, and created employment opportunities for about 45% of the population. As oil exploration became profitable in the 70s, agriculture began to lose its prized position. By 1969, a period when the nation was beginning to tilt towards oil dependency, the oil sector accounted for less than 3% of GDP and $370 million in exports. That's 42% of total exports, while per capita income was $130.
If we decided that we are going to be a monoproduct economy depending on oil, you can smile. You can smile for a little while. But before you know what is happening, things are going to catch up with you. There is no economy that will just be mono and will be able to stand the test of time. The day we all decide that we are going to do what is right, Nigeria is more than an economic world power. And the world powers knows this.
In recent years, Nigeria has made efforts to diversify its economy away from oil and revive its agricultural sector with initiatives like the Anchor Borrowers Program. However, challenges such as insecurity and infrastructure limitations persist.
We need to first of all tackle the level of insecurity across our farm zones in each of the states so that farmers can have that confidence to go back to farm. Because once farmers can go back to farm, it's going to be difficult for us to increase production.
The better approach to making agriculture a sustainable diversification basis is to be ready to add value to agricultural products. The issue of exporting or relying on primary commodities will not make us rich as a country.
Over the years, various Central Bank of Nigeria governors have implemented foreign exchange policies in response to economic challenges. These decisions influence the Nigerian Naira's value, reflecting the impact of oil prices, foreign debt, and evolving exchange rate dynamics. The latest move has been a decision by the Tinubu administration, which favors a more liberal regime to float the Naira.
What has happened is that the international community and everyone in Nigeria is aware that we don't have foreign reserves to support the Naira. Because everyone knows that you don't have the foreign reserves to support Naira, this volatility will continue. But if you are able to get some 20 to 30 to 40 US billion dollars in, either by selling government assets or by borrowing strategically, I would not support borrowing too for the sake of borrowing, but you can borrow strategically to support the anchor, because the exchange rate is what is responsible for the volatility in the economy.
To secure a stable and prosperous future, diversification, agricultural revival, promotion of export-oriented industries, forex stability, infrastructure development, debt management, fiscal discipline are imperative. Perpetua, Fasanmi-Peter reporting for News Central.